Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video. This one is not the usual video. First of all, I haven't thought this one all the way through. So today we're doing streaming consciousness. So if I meander a little bit or I accidentally repeat myself, I apologize because this is just straight off the cuff on a topic which I have not ever posted about. So, and I won't claim to be an expert about. I'm just going off simple common sense and a little bit of experience in how people are easily manipulated. And the topic is the UFOs, or as they are now called, the UFPs, aliens, disclosures, blah, 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 blah. So there are those that we see in the media and that are now 100% convinced. Like they're telling you it's a done deal. We are visited by aliens, either extraterrestrial or that have been living underground here for thousands of years or wherever they're coming from. That we are in possession of alien craft, alien bodies, alien technology, and that there is absolutely no argument. It's a done deal. It's a fact, and all that. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Now, I'm not saying they're lying. I have not. I'm at this point. I'm not disbelieving it, but I'm not believing it, and I'm going to tell you why. This just reeks to me of the intelligence community taking advantage of the situation at hand to make people think that this is all true. And boy, there's nothing better for an intelligent agency that wants to sell a false story when you've got half the people already believing the false story. I mean, that's just a gift in the lap of the intelligence. And why? So why the question would be, if it's false and we're not visited by aliens, why does the intelligent community want you to believe it? Come on, man. The answer to that is too simple. Money. That if we're visited by aliens and we are in some sort of danger and our national security is being breached and we've got, they say that they're flying around our nuclear missile silos and our military bases and all that kind of stuff. That means big money for defense spending. Now we already know that the Department of Defense needs way more money than they get allotted by government, and we all know there's all sorts of black holes and these little tricks, hidden like black operations and stuff that funding goes into and you never know about it. And these are all the different weird ways that the defense industry gets the money that it wants, because Congress is never going to actually appropriate all the money that they really want. So this is just another perfect, oh, we're in dangers from aliens. We need to develop new technology. You think we were spending money before? We need 10 times as much money to defend ourselves from the aliens than we ever did from the Soviet Union, right? So that's obviously the motivation, is the money, right? But back to all the evidence, some of this stuff just doesn't jibe to me. I mean, now there are so many stories out there that some of them they don't go together. Now, and because of that, now you've got people who are really straining credulity by saying that there's actually 4 or 5 different alien races, and there's like 7 or 8 different sorts of alien craft. You got the orbs, the black triangle, you got the flying saucer, you've got the jellyfish. I like that one. The one that looks like the jellyfish, and you've got all these different things. It's like And then you've got these different aliens. You've got the reptilians and the tall whites and the grays and a couple of others. And it's like, but nobody has their shit straight. It all does not come together. And what about the big whistleblower? Well, obviously, in the news, the biggest whistleblower, I mean, there's several of them, but the biggest one is this David Grush guy. To me, in my opinion, and again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a regular guy with some pretty good common sense. So this David Grush guy, he does have a mental disability. It's very small, so it's not debilitating. He was able to become an officer in the military and all that kind of stuff. But he's a little tweaky, and he's really, if you listen to him talk, he's really he just seemed like the perfect candidate that the intelligence agency would leak bogus information to, and that he would run wild with it and go to the press. And the weird thing is that they're allowing him to do it. So part of his testimony is that there's been threats against him. He's felt like he's in danger and all this kind of stuff. And yet they're allowing him to do it. So that doesn't make sense. Is he being threatened or is he being allowed to do it? Well, according to him, it's both. So what's up with that? And he has never, and this is important, none of these people have ever been in the same room with any of this shit, except for the Bob Lazar guy. And I don't believe him either, because the story about the big doors opening up on the side of the mountain, and that's just stupid. I'm going to tell you why it's stupid. For one, I mean, first of all, those sort of environments where they're doing very technical work and they're working with very delicate things, electronics and computers and stuff, they're very clean. They clean rooms, they have filtration systems and to keep dust out. And usually people are wearing, static stuff and very clean, right? Can you imagine a place like that where, but you have a big gigantic door on the side of a dirty mountain and it opens? Can you imagine all the dirt and dust and just, I mean, imagine a gigantic door about the size of like, say, like 10 garage doors on the side of a mountain. Okay, you got, and it's all camouflage, right? So you got dirt, trees, brush. There's dirt flying through the air, settling down on it. And there's probably animals walking around. A door that size opening up. Imagine the dirt and the crap and the shit that would fall off of it and into this, what should be a clean environment. I mean, that's just kooky. It doesn't make any sense, man. So, Bob Lazar it doesn't make any sense. So, and these people, David Grush, for all of his wonderful testimony, he has only said what, according to him, he's been allowed to say, right? But he has never seen any of it in person. Recently, now, he did say that he saw photographs, but we all know that that doesn't mean shit. This is a huge topic. I will not be convinced until we have, and this is the only time I'm going to give a shit about the fake news media, ABC, NBC, and CBS, right? The only time I'm going to be convinced is when their cameras are allowed in the same room as an alien and a flying saucer. I'm going to say, until then, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying testimony from anybody who's not actually been in the same room with this shit. Okay, I'm not buying testimony from weird people. I'm not buying any of it because it's just too, because none of it jives, none of it goes together. I mean, some of it goes together. I mean, there's a couple stories here and a couple stories here that are similar, right? But overall, right, the overall compendium of stories and witnesses to this stuff, they don't jive. There's too many different, you know, stuff, right? Um, they're big, they're little. There's things that are little tiny darting around. Oh no, there's big giant crafts the size of a battleship up there. I'm saying it's all over the place. And so I'm just not buying it. Sorry. I don't care what the Congress people saw. See, those Congress people, and I love what's her name? I can't remember what her name is, but the lady who was born in Mexico, she's a Republican. So she was on the committee, and I think she's great, and I think she's honest. But the truth is, she has never been in the room with any of this stuff. All she has seen is photographs and documents you I, which any of that shit can be forged, right? The most common sense explanation for all this stuff is that the defense industry and the intelligence industry has taken advantage of all these alien videos and stories and taken advantage of the fact that so many people believe it, and they said, let's sell this like it's real because then we can demand trillions in defense spending. That's the most logical answer. We know that they always want money. They need money, 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 money because technology is expensive and we spend gobs, we spend tons of money on defense and national security. And our technology is growing and growing and growing, and it's more money. I mean, look what happened in Iran recently. We blew through tons of missiles, and each missile cost millions of dollars. I mean, so they need tons of cash. And this is an excellent opportunity to bilk the public who already believes in aliens, to bilk them out of money for the alien danger, the danger to national security. So that's it. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I don't believe it either. Not until I see, uh, uh, Bill O'Reilly interviewing an alien, right? Then I'll believe it. So that's my morning moves on aliens, UFOs, UAPs, and all that shit. So I will see you in the next great American video. Please subscribe to my Substack page. It's free. Please follow us on at least one video channel, whether it's YouTube or Rumble or Odyssey or BitChute. But I don't really like BitChute. YouTube, Rumble. I don't even know why I'm on there. YouTube, Rumble, or Odyssey. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.